Yeah, get it figured out. I was just moving around in my seat. Sounds like toots. But it's not.
You gonna intro it? You do it.
Well, we've been rolling this whole time, so I'm pretty sure we are introing it. Yeah, I mean, I can do it, though. Should I do it?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts.
You're doing it now?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a very professional podcast. All right. So there we go. That's the intro, and it's all downhill from there, I suppose. So this is the part where you come in because I did all this stuff before. So now it's your job to make sure that we're actually on track.
Okay. Well, why don't we start by introducing ourselves?
Yes.
Who are you?
I'm Brandon. Mm-hmm. Birdwell. Mm-hmm. And I'm one half of this incredibly professional duo that's trying to make a podcast that anyone will listen to.
Our mom will listen.
I don't know that I want her to, though, is the problem.
She's terrified that we'll talk about her. And we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it's only gotten worse since then.
That was the intro for our very first episode, guys. Woo!
Yeah, episode 100.
Woo! It's our Centaurnial, guys.
Centaurnial dudes and dudes sets.
Welcome. Yes, well timed.
Guys, it's been fun doing this for 100 episodes. We're done now. It's over.
And that's all we came here to say today.
Anyway, what do you got going the rest of the day?
Welcome, guys. We thought it'd be fun today to take a little trip down memory lane.
Guys.
First of all, let's talk about that first episode.
First off, far and away our most listened to episode, which says one of two things to me. One, it was real good. Or two, we came out the gate. It was someone that people saw it and went, "They're doing a what?" And listened to it and went, "I'm good on that."
Yeah, bye.
I'm good on that.
Oh, gosh. Well, our audio quality was not as good.
You don't know that.
It wasn't. It can't be disputed.
Hey, guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I am the much maligned audio engineer of this podcasting duo. Oft maligned.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 100. 100. So that very first episode was a little bit rough. We did not have an agenda. We didn't have anything to go by. I just thought, well, let's turn on the mics and see what happens.
You just woke up one day and you were like, you know what? Do you know what sounds good?
What?
Roping my brother into 100 hours of conversation.
That's exactly why I did it. Just so you'd hang out with me once a week.
It's really funny that you did it on that day because do you want to know what? I woke up that day and I said, I'm done with Ashley forever today.
We'll go look who won out.
Unless she pulls a really weird multimedia rabbit out of her hat today, I'm never talking to her again.
Did it. And now look at us.
Still here.
So
still here, still hating it. Okay, babe.
Okay.
How's it going?
Guys, we had been talking about doing a podcast for some months because the fact is we like each other, contrary to what you might think from this. And
that is such fake news.
Okay.
Don't give me a fake news button if you don't want me to use it.
Guys, we have a lot of new sound effects.
Oh my gosh.
From our sound effects sponsor, Sweet D, that she gave us for this episode.
Sweet D.
Sweet D. So yes, we did not have an agenda for that first episode. We thought, we don't know what this is going to be. We know that we love each other. We get along well. We make each other laugh. Mm-hmm. And we just thought we'll try it out. And we did.
Sure.
And we did. And here we are.
We just thought we'd try it out.
And guys, if there's anything we've learned along this journey, it's that we love to make each other laugh and we love to make you laugh. And if that's all we've done in 100 episodes, I'd say we've done it.
guys, even if we haven't done that in 100 episodes, I promise at some point in the next 100, we might. And guys, no, here's the thing. Also might not. But isn't it worth it? Isn't it worth it just to see if we get
give us an hour of your time each week?
Just to get a tee-hee.
A giggle.
A chortle.
A chortle. Chuckle.
Guys, I just don't know.
So we thought what we would do is talk a little bit about some memories, from the last 100, some stuff that we've done. I would like to say that in this time, we were in the top 10% of most shared podcasts globally.
Again.
It was at the beginning.
What you're doing.
But that's where you get that's where you strike while the iron's hot.
100%. And that's what we did.
We did. So we were in the top.
And then the iron just started cooling.
Right.
And
somebody poured water on it.
It's as cold as our hands.
We were in the top 20% most followed podcasts. And guys, in our first few weeks, we charted on Apple Podcasts. We were ranked 150th, just 5 spots below the late, great Bob Saget. And I would like a trophy with that on there, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've done nothing else of note, but we got just close enough.
To Saget.
Also,
guys, perhaps our most incredible achievement is that we were ranked 40th podcast in Kazakhstan. I'm not sure how that happened, but we really did it.
There are 40 podcasts in Kazakhstan.
I would also like a trophy for that.
That's the trophy I want.
With Borat on it. And apologies to our Kazakh friends. That's probably very offensive.
That there's only 40 or the Borat?
All of it.
Or all of it. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
We're not 40th anymore. This is why.
So really, it's on you guys. Here's the thing. I'm going to say what I want about Kazakhstan, and it's because we're no longer aligned.
I think you're great. I think you guys are great. I would like to do a whole...
Fake news.
I really do. I'd like to do a whole segment. I would like for you to be our next love affair, just like we had with Guam. So we used to do chip reviews. That was another thing that we did.
I thought about that the other day.
Yeah.
Our chip era.
Chip era. We were in our chip era.
We were chipper. And maybe that's when it went south.
Maybe we need to pick it up again.
No.
Okay.
I've lost 40 pounds since we stopped doing the chip reviews.
Guys, those are still on social media if you want to see them. That was a lot of fun. We tried a lot of good chips, tried a lot of bad chips, tried a lot of international chips. Even.
Chips.
Just chips.
Chipping it up, guys.
We also had a time when we had an audio service. We still have it called SpeakPipe, in which our friends would call in. We had characters calling in.
You just haven't checked it forever, and we've got speak pipes backed up for days, and they're all from Kazakhstan.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm just going to stop listening to this. I call in to say hello to you.
So offensive, Borat.
We speak pipe, yes.
So we had the CEO of Orbit
Every
Gum.
speak pipe just goes, my wife.
Yeah, and that's why we're not 40th in Kazakhstan anymore. Because it's so offensive.
Whatever.
Many apologies, friends. We had the CEO of Orbit Gum.
We did.
Calling in.
Yeah.
That was a big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Didn't give us any gum, though.
Well, gave us some encouragement.
Chuckles. He got more laughs in that one segment than we've gotten in 100 episodes.
It's true.
He's out here crushing.
I wish he would call back.
I wish I knew who he was.
Oh, it's a mystery. Okay, we also had our friend Ethel calling in.
Yeah.
We had our friend Mindy from Guam.
Yeah.
Listen, this is what kicked off our whole love affair with Guam. We have a listener in Guam. We had a fundraiser, a Friends in Need fundraiser for some of our unhoused friends on the island of Guam. Mm-hmm. We also have introduced different segments. Our mom used to do movie reviews. Inexplicably stopped doing them.
Oh, no, she splicked it. She splicked it good. She said, I'm not doing this anymore.
Not doing this
because
anymore.
Here's the thing.
But everyone loved it.
I always knew when I was raising you that one or both of you was going to embarrass me on the internet. I just didn't know that you were going to bait me into embarrassing myself on the internet.
Oh, but I would say she didn't embarrass herself at all. She was class all day. She was the best part of this thing.
Well, that's for sure.
And that's why we're no longer 40th in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan loves Crindy.
I know. I had a request just today for Crindy to come on here live.
from me.
I would love, no, wasn't from you, actually. Someone else. I would love for Crindy and Harry B to come on here live, but...
Did you notice that I wore a Henley today? Because I wanted to be fancy for the Centaurnial.
Fancy. Well, I wore a hat.
I wear a hat everywhere I go all the time.
So we also watched a Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie, Falling for Christmas. We debriefed it together. We've had merch.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Debriefed it.
Wow.
I've been sitting here with this "That's What She Said" button burning a hole in my pocket, waiting for
Just
you to
waiting.
make a briefs comment.
And that's how present you've been in this episode so far.
Guys, I just live in the moment,
Live in the moment.
you know?
Guys, we have a whole set of buttons from Sweet D, and he's going to try
To
his
abuse every
darndest
one of them.
to get them in today.
Please say briefs.
You've
please
already
say
used,
briefs,
like,
please.
3.
Yeah, that's right. You better believe it. And guess what's coming next? Ooh. Oh, man.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know what these other two even do. One's an 8-ball and one's a goat. And I'm going to use them here in a little bit, but I don't know. They're going to punctuate something.
Okay. So we've had merch. Guys, our bestseller was the Crindy's Picklin t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
We've had many other shirts by our graphic designer and field producer out in New Orleans, Jonathan.
Which, by the way, I talked to him. He and I have spoken a lot, like over the last. That's
He's
one of the,
a delight.
I'll tell you what. If there's one, there's a lot of things, but if there's one wonderful thing that has come from this podcast is just reconnecting with old friends like Jonathan,
1000%.
who I haven't talked to in years, and he and I will exchange messages. And when he found out that New Orleans was one of my favorite cities, or my favorite city in America, he's like, dude, come out. He's like, come out. So one of these days I'm going.
Go.
And he and I are going to hang out.
Gonna have some beignets.
We're going to do all the voodoo that we do, and it's going to be great.
Bussin'.
It's going to be bussin'.
I agree with you. That has been one of the most beautiful things about this is connecting with old friends, with new friends.
Between that and all the money we've made, I think,
Right.
call us Charlie Sheen because we're winning.
Winning. Okay. Speaking of that, guys, our one and only sponsor, we want to give him a shout out, Dr. Dan Wilgus of Edmund Family Dental Designs.
Thanks.
Brandon tried to get him to give us free dental care. Didn't work.
Still waiting. No, but I'm still waiting.
Okay.
Still waiting.
But he did sponsor us with tons and tons of toothbrushes, paste, picks, and flossers.
Paste, picks, and flossers.
And honestly, what more do we need? Besides free
dental care.
Yeah, guys, another thing that people really wanted us to talk about today, we put out a request on social media for topics, was our good pal producer.
What about him?
Guys, you got a lot of questions about him.
Yeah.
He's a man of mystery.
So do I.
And he wants to remain a man of
first
mystery.
one-
He's here with us today.
What do you do? I will
What
say,
exactly
I
do you
will,
do
I
here?
will say for him for this episode, he did queue up a bunch of clips that we're going to play.
He did.
But then what he did was he just dumped him in my thing and goes, "You play him." So he prepared him.
Yeah.
But I have to pepper him in there.
Right. I feel like mostly what he does is sit here and silently judge with a gleam in his eye.
He's the best in the world at that. I've never
Judging.
dude.
And wearing short shorts.
I will say he's better at the short shorts than at the judging.
And the producing.
That he's the worst at.
But yeah, guys,
My
producer.
patience for him are as short as his shorts, but his judgment.
is also terrible.
Yes. Our payroll sucks. Here's the thing. We're coming out of pocket for this.
But guys, if you listen, sometimes you can hear producer reacting to what we're doing. Sometimes he's wrangling animals. Sometimes he's chortling in the background.
Did you hear him reacting just now?
What is that?
It's a goat screaming, and I'll tell you what, this one's getting hidden from my child because I can already see it. I'm sitting here. We're in like a really pivotal part of like Sophie's Choice or something.
Oh, Sophie's Choice. or he puts it under your pillow.
Dude.
And you just
Put
put your head down on your pillow at night.
It's a whoopee cushion, but like for your nerves. My entire mental state just farted.
It's shot. Completely shot. Oh, my word. Okay, guys, we have really strangely accomplished quite a bit if we lay it all out like that. It has been such a delight. And the things that we've tried that haven't worked out so well, things that we've tried,
most
the things that we've tried that have persisted, the segments that we've had, the people that we've had on here with us, it's been such a fun ride. And again, not sure what we started out to do, but I sure do love where we've ended up. And this is one of my favorite parts of my week.
Huh.
Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn.
Guys, here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
I wake up.
That's the best I'm going to get.
I wake up on a recording day and I go, what's today? We recording today? And then we record. And guys, I'm so happy where we've wound up.
Wow.
No, it's good. It's funny because it's like
it's the best I'm gonna get.
People do tell us that they enjoy this nonsense and all that, and my response is always just like it's fun to do. It's not a chore.
Fun. It's easy. It's fun.
We get together and chat.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the deal.
That's the deal.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun, guys.
We're having fun.
Right. Quit saying it.
100 times we've
Quit saying it because you're trying to convince yourself.
That's 100% what's happening.
Okay, so guys, what we did is we put out a request on social media to see which moments among the last 100 hours were your favorites. And so we've saved some of those, pulled them out, and we want to play them and then react. And we'll talk about what was going on. So this first one was an episode called A Grief-Filled Weekend Under the Sea.
After looking at these clips that you had me pull, it's a lot of them are just like, oh, I remember that. That was when my dog died. And just so if there's one thing I want to do, guys, it's relive that.
So in this episode, guys, just a little setup, Brandon's dog Tilly, who was the mascot of the podcast, she had passed away. And the same day that happened, we went to dinner with our good friends Levi and Jess at a delicious restaurant in Oklahoma City called Stock and Bond. And unbeknownst to us, our buddy Levi had ordered the most opulent appetizer, the height of opulence.
An appetizer.
Yeah, called the Seafood Tower.
Yeah.
And so away we go.
That's the best cue up, Casey Kasem. Way to nailed that one. That's real good. Here's the problem. Producer just did not give me a lot of ramp up. So here we go.
Okay. Away
Guys,
we go.
Away we go.
I think
did.
the whole bottom layer of the tower was oysters.
You
Big
think?
ones
It was. Big ones and small ones.
and little ones.
There's just some varietals, various, just a sampling of the sea. Poseidon's bounty.
That's what they should change the name of
really-
the seafood tower to.
And what they should do is the whole walk through the restaurant, they should be ringing a giant sea bell,
Seabell.
spraying salt water on the patrons. You shouldn't have sat in the splash zone, idiot.
And the waitress has to wear a mermaid tail
Just
and a
hopping,
coconut bra.
hopping through the place, going oh, while some lady in the corner is going sing. I haven't listened to these.
Dinner and a show.
And you sit there and you can't eat it with your hands. Everyone has to use a giant trident to stab their seafood. And listen, but what I'm saying is, you come for the fish, but you stay for the pageantry is what they do. And it's all about making everyone in the place feel like they're
Under the sea.
yeah,
Down where it's-
darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Yeah, you can't, guys, and oh, that blowfish.
Uh-oh.
I want a guy on a peg leg. just a salty old fella. Captain Sham. Bringing
Captain Shappen.
Captain Shappen. Look, spent many years on an angry sea to bring you. I dedicated 3 decades to bring you this
Ahi tuna.
seafood tower. It pairs lovely with a white.
Listen, missed opportunity, stock and bond.
You guys are too focused on being classy and not enough focused on being a ridiculous mermaid-themed restaurant.
On being Disney for grown-ups.
Welcome to Merpersons.
To Mersons.
Welcome to Mersons, home of the most ridiculous appetizer in the history in the history of humanity. And listen, not only do we have this the seafood tower, we've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20.
And they hand everyone a fork and go, here's your dingle hopper.
Here's your dingle
sir.
hopper. Here's your dingle hopper. Judge. Just the classy people from downtown. Here you go, judge and wife.
And the waitress is wearing an Ariel wig and she has to comb her hair a few times.
She combs it and then
before
hands it to you, and it's totally sanitary. It's fine. And then
It's just a wig.
I'm sorry. I dropped my dingle hopper. Could I get a new one, please? Yeah, no, the seafood tower. We could do a full 45 on the seafood tower.
Shoot, I'm telling you what. No, missed opportunity. The chef comes out singing Les Poissons.
Les poissons, les poissons. Hey, hey, hey. Ha, ha, ha. Katie, make sure we did that right, please. I like that we both jumped in on Les Poissons just right. Guys, it's almost like it was scripted, but it wasn't.
It sure wasn't. Nothing is here.
Nothing is in the world.
But guys, we started out that episode awfully sad. Brandon was actually a little tearful, understandably, about the loss of Tilly Girl.
Let's talk about it.
And let's not. But then by that point, what made that part so funny to me was the absolute unhinged nature of it.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to go there, and I was cackling. I think that might have been, I don't know. I am brought to tears with laughter on a lot of these things, but that one was one of the most teary laughs I've ever had.
Well, it's a good thing. We swapped my sad tears for your
happy tears. But I think both of us were, and it's
salty as the sea, the tears.
Captain Shrapnel.
Captain Shop. Here's the thing: some of these characters,
I know,
might need to have a resurrection.
I know. I'm just saying that maybe this is the purpose of this episode.
Back to the Centaurnial.
But I do remember being at a funeral, and shortly after that episode,
and cackling.
No. Shortly after that episode aired, and our dear friend Austin, hi Austin,
Hey, Austin.
was sharing with me that he likes to listen to the pod while he's driving to and from work, and he really enjoyed that and said it was particularly unhinged.
Oh, well, that's the review.
That's the review.
Ladies
And
gentlemen,
honestly,
welcome
I
back
couldn't agree more.
To a particularly unhinged podcast.
It's great to be here.
You laugh so you don't cry, guys.
That's it. But I do think what we've seen throughout this journey is laughter really is the best medicine. And sometimes, but I mean it. Like, also, I lost my dog Happy over the last 100 episodes. And I remember coming in and being tearful at the beginning of that one. And by the end, I was laughing.
You're welcome, guys. I'm taking appointments. I'm making house calls. So when your dog dies, I'll come make you laugh about it.
1-800-DOG-DEATH.
Golly.
You'll get a lot of confused callers.
Don't dial it.
Don't dial it.
Don't dial it, Dahmer. Listen.
Don't do it.
1-800-DOG-DEATH.
I don't know.
It's actually Joey Chestnut's phone number because he crushes dogs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Could go either way. Don't Google it either.
Nope.
Okay, so that was our first request online. Our second one, and we actually had a couple requests for this one, was our What Happens When Crindy Gets to Picklin episode.
My favorite part about this, and I haven't listened to any of these clips.
Yeah.
This is my first time, guys. It's authentic.
Yeah.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about this, and maybe this is in the clip, maybe it's not, is how you committed to a theme song.
It's in the next one.
Okay, but you just bailed on it so fast. And I thought you were going somewhere, but you just pulled the ripcord so quickly.
Got nervous.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, here's us talking about when our mother, Crindy, had a very heavy stage of pickling.
And away we go. Do you remember when Crindy went through her picklin' phase?
Yes, Crindy's Picklins. I tried to get her to start a company doing it. She didn't. She had it. It was all right there in the palm of her hand. She was rolling out the hits, sending peppers, cornichons,
Red onions,
pickled reds, Bobby Flay style. Listen,
sweet picks,
dill
picks.
I gave her all that she needed on a marketing front. Crindy's Picklins would have been huge. Huge. There's not enough mason jars in the world to keep up with the demand for Crindy's Picklins.
Farmers markets across the U.S. ain't ready.
Galore. Farmers markets galore. Dude, here we are just horning in on the pickle market. Meanwhile,
Listen, when we take this show on the road, when we start going live, our merch shop will carry Crindy's Picklins.
It'll be
full stop.
It will be the dumbest table of crap. It literally it will be the my Instagram algorithm of tables. Just random.
Listen, people are gonna roll out for our merch. Most of all, Crindy's Picklins.
That's the ticket. That's the meal ticket right there. I love that we're discovering themes. Apparently, we quite like pickles.
We love pickles. We've talked about them multiple times.
Guys, if there's two things we like, pickles and crying. And here's the thing.
We do both.
Both briny, both whiny.
Sour.
Guys, welcome back to Briny and Whiny, where we eat pickles and cry about it.
That's our next phase.
Yeah,
our next era.
Guys, we're entering our Briny and Whiny era.
I'm in.
Sitting backstage and that's with your car, hidden in the corner of the hotel bar, eating my pickles and my teardrops trickle down my veins.
That was great.
Travis Kelce.
That's how all of the songs end up.
That's it. She doesn't write them
Travis
about him.
Kelce.
She doesn't know enough about football to put in lyrics about him. So she just tags it by going, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, sitting in the suite with your mom and brother. We really love each other, Travis Kelce.
That was great.
Thanks.
We also talk about Taylor Swift a lot. So
Taylor Swift, pickles, and tears.
and crying.
God, what have we done?
So my takeaways.
Nothing, nothing better than holding up that mirror
Yeah.
to 100 hours of yourself talking.
Right.
To really learn what your toxic traits are.
We've run our episodes through the algorithm, and these are the things most talked about. Yeah.
That's what the algorithm kicked out. First things first, guys. We ran it through the algorithm. Here's the first reaction that Zuckerberg and his team had. Okay, here's the second. And here's the third. Oh, I turned that one off. Anyway, let's try the 8-ball.
Ask me later.
Okay.
Okay.
And away we go.
And away we go. Here are my, excuse me, goodness, that's the cottonwood. Here's another theme, Ashley's allergies.
Cottonwood, gosh.
And just my cackling intermingled with throat clears and coughing. That's great. If you have chronic allergies, why don't you host a podcast?
Ashley's new hilarious catchphrase, oh, Cottonwood's high, followed by her other hilarious catchphrase, now I preached this weekend.
The pollen's killing me.
The pollen's killing me, but I'll tell you what's bringing me back. I preached this Sunday, guys.
Okay. As my halo gleams.
You said it. I can't believe you just did.
Here are the takeaways from that clip about Crindy's Picklins for me. Number one, Crindy is not pickling currently.
No.
She's not pickling.
No.
Number two.
She's a pickling genius, but she's not a marketing whiz. She needed us.
We tried. I don't know.
The Brandon Birdwell and Ashley Engle story.
We tried.
We tried.
The second takeaway is this. In that clip, I said, when we take the show on the road and go live, that has not happened.
Nope. Nope.
And if you...
Because here's the thing about that, guys, is you got to have an audience who wants to show up and hear it.
You got to have an audience.
We could go...
That's more than your mom.
We could just
and a couple guys in Kazakhstan.
We could just go busk-a-pod. Just busking.
Busk-a-pod.
Just go set up on the street corner and podcast.
In New York.
With just an empty fishbowl out there that says, please, anything helps.
Busk-a-pod.
Hey, guys, welcome back to Busk-a-pod, where we go set up on a random street corner in a major metropolitan area and beg for money.
Now we're talking.
Now we're podding. Now we're busking. Guys.
Busk-a-pod.
Elon Busk. Guys, here we go.
Listen.
It's better than what we're doing now.
It would not go well. If I were on a street corner in a major metropolitan area and people were just podcasting on the corner, I would not stick around to find out what they were doing.
You would be a scary
I might
homeless
listen
person.
for about 2 minutes.
You seem like if I saw you and you were like busking on the corner, I'd be like, this lady, I don't trust her because she looks like she's got it together, but she's busking a pod.
Okay.
So she clearly doesn't.
Okay,
And
sure.
look at how long her fingers are.
Right.
Gouge your eyes
They're
out.
blue.
Yeah. It's got reaper hands.
And it's July. Okay, so that was that. And then I introduced the theme song.
You tried. You started.
Guess what? I inherited Mom's inability to market. What can I say?
Well, guys, 1 out of 10. Let's rate this theme song that actually came up. Please accept this complimentary jar of the cornichons that she pickled at her house as concessions.
When Crindy gets to pickling.
Don't stop.
I can't.
That was so
Pick it up.
No, because that was you. You started this train. I was so excited for what was to come.
I was too, and I let us all down. Oh. New Year's resolution: write a jingle for Crindy's Picklins.
That was the ultimate head fake. I was really, really, really excited.
I was too. I got nervous.
My favorite thing about it is that the shirts just say "When Crindy gets to pickling." Dot. What? What happens?
We don't know.
The woman's gotten to pickling. What's next?
And maybe that's why the business has failed.
This cliffhanger. When Crindy gets to pickling.
Listen. I get nervous, and I thought I would set it up for you and toss it.
Yeah, and you know
tee
what?
it up.
I can't always be here to clean up your messes. You needed to finish that.
Well,
You
I
came
didn't
out-
have it in me.
That first line,
It was great.
inspired.
Right? Da 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 da.
Yeah, it was perfect. Until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. I'm sorry, I let us
made
all
for
down.
It made for a good shirt, though.
Sure did. Guys, that was our
Sure
best
did.
our best selling shirt.
Only selling shirt.
There's dozens of them walking around out there, and we thank all of you who have purchased them. Perhaps we'll release it again in the future.
The designs are great.
When we take the show on the road,
When we go
we'll
live to Busk a Pod.
release it again.
Guys, when we're busking a pod and you see us in our Crindy's Pickling shirt, just tattered and torn, sitting on the set, in Manhattan, just over here by the bootleg DVD guy and the guy selling the knockoff Prada bags. Here we are selling our knockoff pod. Here it is. This isn't real. No one wants this.
Oh, man.
We're running a BOGO. We're running a BOGO at Buskapod. Come find us at the corner of First and First.
First and the worst.
First and worst.
Horrible.
Anyway, no, accurate.
Okay, the next clip was one that got a lot of reaction.
The next clip is Brandon doing his Rihanna impression for 30 minutes straight. Who's ready?
We don't have time for that. That actually did get a lot of reactions. Mostly of offense.
Well,
We offended the whole nation of Barbados. Okay. Guys.
they teamed up with Kazakhstan. Decided
we're
to
doomed.
take a stand.
And for good reason.
Got it.
Okay, this one was an episode we did called Welcome to Live, Laugh, Love Beach. And on this episode, we were debriefing our family vacation that we had taken to Hilton Head Island last summer. Now, as part of that trip, we purchased a portrait session on the beach for Crindy and Harry's wedding anniversary. They really had wanted a beach portrait of the family. And so what?
Sorry.
So we were telling the story about that event. So away we go.
And away we go.
Before you get to the beach, it's dark. We're walking out there all in blue, pale blue, blues and whites.
Rushing to beat the weather. Oh, God. Rushing to beat the weather.
And we walk out on this wooden walkway into this open beach only to see
Everybody, only to see us. Everywhere.
like 5 us's.
Yeah, everywhere you look, doing the same thing. Same thing.
Trying to look natural on a beach.
Not doing a good job. Everyone getting rained on, spat upon, and just windy, God's breath, taking hair here, there, and everywhere.
Meanwhile, people trying to enjoy the beach for leisure. Fishing, rafting.
Right. Roasting.
We're going to have to Photoshop those people out.
Gosh, and honestly, taking a photo is my least favorite thing.
You and Jeff both.
Hate it.
You hate it more
Coughing
than the
even
children.
I hate it.
And they hate it.
I hate it.
I know.
And then you throw all of these other components in. Russian, the photog.
Who was lovely.
Yeah, but just a rapid fire. She's
Well,
like a,
we had to because
she's like a pap.
the minute we were there,
Eyes up here. Next.
well, we had to because
You don't matter. Next. Okay, now everybody look at each other and laugh. Look at each other and laugh like someone just said something funny. Now kiss your mom on the cheek. Stop it. What are we?
It's true.
Dance monkey? Why just like an organ grinder monkey? Okay, now everybody. Okay, the little ones, look up at your parents. Okay. Hated. What happened to say cheese? Can we just say cheese? Hey!
You guys, we had to do it that way.
Oh, you guys are adorable.
She did.
She kept screaming we were adorable.
Listen, I took encouragement from it.
I hated it. I know I'm adorable. I know I'm a good father. I don't need to be told these things. Now look at each other.
Happy Father's Day. You're adorable and a great dad.
Look at your mom like she just said she's the funniest thing you've ever heard. Okay, 50 years. Here it is. This is what it's amounted.
Everybody, mom and dad kiss and everyone cheer.
Everyone cheer like it's 50 years.
That was the thing we did.
And just honestly, you want to talk about how the sausage gets made. Get out of here.
Listen.
I love hearing you. Ashley's been sick for 2 years, guys.
On and off, guys. Oklahoma's making me sick.
There's always a cough. Let's play a game called Is Ashley Sick?
Is the pollen bothering her right now?
Yes.
The answer is always yes. Always yes. And I'm always coughing and laughing and hacking and cackling.
Hacking and cackling.
Snorting, and I apologize.
Hackling and cackling and brining and whining, guys.
That's what you get from me here. But yeah, that episode was also fairly unhinged. We actually posted the video that you took on the beach and tagged Middle Class Fancy. They didn't respond.
Nope. They had other stuff going.
Going that day. But it was such a Middle Class Fancy moment.
Oh, man.
Such a Middle Class Fancy moment. Okay, this next clip.
Go ahead.
Stop it. The next clip is where we take a bit of a turn, guys, but we wanted to include it today to, just to reflect a little bit, because we promised that when we started doing this podcast, we promised that we would always be honest with you about what was happening in our lives, even if that meant talking about things that were difficult. And we did that, with the deaths of the dogs and, the loss of a loved one for me. And then Brandon shared a little bit about a mental health struggle that he was having. And so the name of this episode is Lock Your Mental Health Hamster in the Bathtub.
You can do it. And away
we go.
It's called juxtaposition. I'm going to try really hard to be funny today.
Okay, do it.
And this is going to be a podcast. And I'm just going to tell you, it's been a weird week.
Yeah.
Mental health wise for me.
Yeah. I get it, brother.
And I'm crying on a podcast, but maybe we'll get some listeners now, because maybe the format shift, it needs to be welcome to Brandon's mental health comedy hour, where we laugh through the pain. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands and Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands and Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half, and welcome to episode 65.
I'm Ashley Engle. I'm normally the emotional half. This is not the first time we've podcasted through a mental breakdown.
No.
We'll do it once every so often. It just happens to be me today. But you know what? Actually, I'm going to be very honest. I think I've spent the last 2 days thinking, what am I going to say when we start?
Yeah.
Right? Because maybe people listen closely enough to know my demeanor, right? And I think saying it probably helps, probably makes me feel like this is like therapeutic in a way.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to recalibrate.
Okay.
This is good content. This is good. There's a reason that whenever you have a toothache, you bite down on it real hard.
Okay.
Right? It's because you want to lean into it. And guys, share this with your friends. Share it.
Well, and
show us at our worst.
No, and I'm going to trust you to lead the way today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
No, I'm just saying like
that. Sorry, guys.
No, I appreciate it. And
you've always been very forthright about things, right? Like you speak very openly with me about that stuff. I don't. I'm pretty reserved.
Yeah, you are.
About my emotions.
Not so with this gal.
We've joked a lot in the past about Brandon's inability to feel emotions.
But you feel them deeply is the thing. You do.
Yeah.
You do. You don't express them often.
Yeah.
But you feel them deeply.
Yeah. And it took 65 episodes of this podcast
for us to get here.
For us to arrive here. And so here we are. Anyway, what you been up to this week or weekend? Leading the way.
Leading the way. Okay.
So I really, to do a bit, would have liked to have had that be my Rihanna impression when you said, when Brandon had his mental health day. And it just goes into me being like, wang, wang, like just straight into it.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
Well, and I remember so clearly when that episode happened. And when I arrived that day, you know, you mentioned that you weren't feeling great. Yeah. You'd been struggling. And I was like, hey, do you want to record today? Do you even want to do this? And you're like, yeah, I think I do. Let's do it. Let's try.
Yeah.
And then when you got emotional, I wasn't sure how to proceed. Like, should we continue recording? Should we take a break? And that's why I said, you know, I'll let you lead the way. And then even after we recorded it, I texted you multiple times that day and I was like, are you sure? Like, are you good with that? And you were resolute. Like you really felt like it would be a good thing to share. Yeah, no. And I think anytime, I was just listening to a podcast today where a guy was talking about this and just how like, nice. How did he frame it? He's the lead singer for a band called Idols that Michael Trepanier. It wouldn't be a 100 episode if I didn't. That's right. We got to mention Michael. I went to their concert with him one time, but I was listening to him get interviewed, and he said something about how, and I'm going to butcher this, but how it's like if we take our burden or our trauma or whatever and we just internalize it, we get heavy. But when we share it, we get lighter because it's a shared load and people speak about it openly. And so that's good. For me, it was, I thought it was good just to talk through it. Yeah. For me personally. But then once it's recorded, it's like, I mean, I would appreciate if someone was forthright and open with stuff like that and put it out in the world because it makes you feel less alone. Yeah. So. And that was the response we got. Guys, everyone was so kind and truly just an outpouring of love and support and a lot of people going, hey, me too. Yeah. I struggle with depression. I struggle with anxiety. Really appreciate you guys having this open conversation. Yeah. People checking in on you. Yeah, 100%. And so I think it was a good move so long as you felt good about it. Yeah, still do. Honestly, I really do feel like it was very helpful just on a personal level to unload that. So you're welcome, guys. You're welcome, Internet. You guys are welcome for having to shoulder a portion of my heaviness. You're welcome for my heart. Listen, turn around, recorded a whole record about it pretty much. So it's been, yeah, it's very positive. So, that could have been the impetus for your beautiful art. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's I don't know. It was a good lesson to learn for me, and it was helpful. So I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad. Always good to revisit clips of yourself crying on the internet, guys. I know. Anyway, here's Rihanna to talk about it. Wang wang. I have several of me crying on the podcast. None of them made it into this episode. Just Brandon's. Why don't you keep your tears in your eyes where they belong, sad boy? Okay. Our next one, Hard Left. This one's from an episode called What's in the Box, where we were discussing the scene from Seven, at the end of the movie, and Brandon proposed an alternate ending.
No, before we move on to that, guys, I have a voice memo just of myself crying that I recorded by myself that I'm going to play for you. If it's cool. It's a video of me staring at myself in the mirror crying.
Yeah.
Ugly crying.
Yeah.
And feeling beautiful.
And away we go.
Away we go. Golly. And away we go. Yeah, that was really fun at the end of the movie 7.
Yeah. What's in the box?
Just, hey, Brad, you want to play a fun game called What's in the Box?
Bet you can't guess what it is.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. It's ahead.
What if you found out that they never really show?
It really went in on it.
You can see her hair.
What if they revealed that it, like Kevin Spacey's character had just like pooed in there?
Alternate ending.
What a different ending to the movie 7 if it's just a BM. If it's not Gwyneth Paltrow's severed head.
Brandon.
Guys, if you haven't seen 7, Kevin Spacey dookies in a box.
You just Brandon.
He spends the whole movie. He doesn't really commit any of those crimes. He files off his fingerprints. He does all this stuff to avoid being captured. So at the end of the movie, he can present a detective, a beleaguered, beat down detective with feces in a box.
I'm sorry, guys. Bring back Fran. Where's Fran?
What's in the box? Kevin, I can't trust you anymore. Did you make? Forget serial killers. He's a cereal box filler.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Is that poo? I just love the idea that whole movie is so terrifying and so much is happening, but at the end, it's not the severed head. It's just Kevin Spacey pooped in a box.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not see this.
I think that is the funniest thing. What's in the box? Sorry. And then it just, Morgan Freeman's just, we thought it was a head. Turns out it came out the other end.
Oh,
I'm crying.
I'm crying right now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the most anticlimactic ending to a movie in the history of cinema.
Here I am trying to talk about a youth group.
And Brad Pitt gets so upset that he shoots him. Did you poop in there, Kevin Spacey? John Doe? What's the payoff here?
So the ending's actually the same.
The ending is the same, but the reason for the shooting.
I have not thought about the movie 7. It's such a long time.
We found an 8th deadly sin.
Man, I haven't heard that since we did it. It's so funny to listen to these because I haven't listened to any of them.
Oh, you're crying again.
I mean, something about talk about unhinged.
So unhinged. Something about that episode. I think we both were laughing harder than maybe ever. This clip and the next clip, I think, are the times I've laughed the most on this podcast.
Speaking of which, guys, it's been a surprise, but we have a special caller for the 100th episode. Hello, everybody!
It's Fran!
A Centaurnial! Celebrate good times! Come on!
That was the episode we introduced Fran, didn't we?
I was going down to the corner of First and Worst to acquire one of my favorite Prada bags, and I saw these two blogging a pod, and then what is it that they're doing?
Buskin'.
Buskin' a pod! I don't know a blog from a MySpace from a Tinder.
She doesn't.
I don't have the web.
Fran's off the grid.
The reception's terrible. I just like to stand in the kitchen talking to the other yentas and wrapping my hand around the phone cord. Anyways, congratulations on 100. Buskin' a pork pie.
Good to talk to you, Fran.
Better
Always.
talk to you, sweetie. You look tired.
Oh, wow.
Get some sleep.
Are you sick?
How's the cottonwood?
Bad.
Hi, stop me when I get there.
Keep going, Fran.
What's in the box? 100 more episodes, maybe? Well, it's the same thing as Kevin Spacey left in there.
Oh, yep.
100 episodes of...
Yes.
Sound effects city. All right, sorry.
That was perfect. Okay. All right. And this next clip was between the what's in the box and then this one were the times I laughed the most. So this one's called You Can't Sing Puberty Corner Without the Slide Whistle. We had several requests online for this one. So away we go. But this was so funny to me because, you know, in 6th grade, you haven't reached the place where, like, I mean, but you're starting to notice, like, you know, you're starting to kind of notice. That,
What?
You know,
Go ahead.
Go on.
guys,
Go ahead. Go ahead, doctor. Tell us about it.
guys and gals are starting to notice each
Welcome
other.
to Puberty Corner with Pastor Ashley. You're starting to feel things. You're starting to notice that your body's changing. You're starting to get smells. You see a girl walking down, you get little butterflies in your tum-tum. You say, maybe that's a girl I'd like to take to the sock hop. Maybe take her down to the fountain drink. Take her down, buy her a Crunch Bar on the family's tab. Take her down to the Buy and Buy, get her Slurpee. And that's called puberty, kids. When you want to buy a gal a Slurpee because you got butterflies in your tum-tum, and it's not just the bad curry.
Puberty.
You got a
Corner.
spicy case of puberty. You're changing every day. You're growing, you're changing, your smells rearranging. You're gonna be a man someday. Puberty Corner, sponsored by
I was waiting.
Hanes.
I was waiting for the slide whistle.
You can't sing Puberty Corner without the slide whistle.
You really can't.
It's the perfect punctuation.
It really is.
Puberty Corner. Mommy, what's happening to me? Where are the birds? And where are the bees? Puber doober doober doody. Bam.
Duper duper duper.
You gotta make the syllables work. I don't have any other word. I'm going through a little super duper uber case of puber doober doober doobie.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, guys.
So good. That was so funny to me. It still gets me every time. The other day I was scrolling through our Instagram and I came across that one and I was crying then. Like,
you repeating puber duper 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 d.
'cause it was so funny in the moment. Oh, man.
So stupid.
That one got me good. I'm crying. Okay.
We cover the topics, man. We cover some topics.
We really do. And we haven't even gotten to any of our pop culture stuff, which is probably our best stuff. Debatably. Okay. I wanted to close with a clip from our original episode, Nice to Meet You, Want Some Gum, where we were talking
Our
about
most listened to episode.
our most listened to episode ever. Most shared episode, in fact, where we're talking about the segment where we do our warm hearts. And away we go.
Okay, I was about to say, are we going away?
We're going away.
Away. Hold on, guys. It's
Oh, okay. It's taking a minute.
puber doober doober doody.
Because one other thing that I would like to do, and this is funny because I don't actually have one queued up for my own self, but
Slide whistle.
right, but
Prophecy.
but one thing that I would like to do each week is to talk about, to end with, a warm heart from both of us. Like, what's a thing that warmed your heart this week? And if we ever get to the point where we have guests,
I would need to have prepared one of those.
I'm sorry. Well, maybe we'll tease that as well.
Yeah.
Still haven't ever gotten one prepared.
Okay.
There were some moments in the new Top Gun that I saw this week that warmed my heart.
Okay. I wrote a prayer for some people's wedding.
There she is.
Okay, so yours is actually like a real one, and mine is nonsense.
You tell that to Tom Cruise.
Ah, well, he's single-handedly saving the film industry. Okay, I cannot deal with this dog snorting anymore, so we're going to end here. This is where I'm calling it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and please tune in next week. We're going to have more of this primo content, and yeah, that's that. I can't. Oh, I almost stole the Smartless thing.
I wanted to, too.
We won't.
Bye.
We won't.
We won't.
We won't.
I know. So see, the warm hearts haven't changed.
Nope.
One single bit.
Ashley has one and Brandon doesn't. I've been using Top Gun as my warm heart for 100 episodes.
I wish you
Go
had.
get them, Maverick. Thanks, bud.
But this week, my warm heart is not just this episode, but this whole journey.
Yeah, I would agree. I think this will be the first time, maybe we have before, but this can be the first-ish time that we've had the same
one.
We won't have another one that's the same until our 200th episode, guys.
That's right, if we make it that far.
Feel free to tune out till then. Come back around on 200 because it's going to be more of the same.
It really has been so much fun, guys. Otherwise, we wouldn't keep doing it. But truly, it is a highlight of my week. It thrills us when you guys tell us that things made you laugh, that maybe you were having a bad day, and something made you chuckle.
That's it. We're all about the chuckles here.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, that's
we did it.
We totally did. Thanks.
Centennial.
Hey, big shout to producer for queuing up all those clips and then making me run them. So thanks, guys, for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Here's to another.
Bye. Wow.
On brand.